Okay, ladies and gentlemen, bit of a DVD update here. I haven't done one, I think, in about a week or so, or two. I obtained a lot recently, as you can see. So let's go over what we've obtained, and we'll start with some of the earlier ones that I can think of. Right here, of course, I try to record something like this every year. It's the NCAA basketball tournament selection show, and of course, as you know, the tournament started on Tuesday and Wednesday, and with the what's known as the first four, and I guess if you are a traditionalist, would say officially kicks off today. But yeah, I recorded this. I actually fell asleep doing some of it, but recorded the hour's worth. And that's outside. I don't know who that is. And then right here, got this recently, Chicken Little, Disney's film from 2005. I was a little bit of a story on this. I was originally going to try to get this when my nephew stayed over one time because he has the movie, but unfortunately his copy is un-DVD fabbable. yeah, un-DVD fabbable. And what that means is I can't copy it because it's so scratched up. So yeah, Chicken Little though, it's good to have. Just gotta wait down the line to get some ink and eventually get more cases so I can do more covers, and well, you kind of get the idea. Then right here we have, now this here is part of a series of DVDs that were released with about, I'd say about 8 episodes each, maybe 7, about 8, 9 episodes each. And this is Care Bears Gift of Caring. And the reason I got this one is it's got, like I said, a variety of episodes, and one of my personal favorites, which is the Turnabout. And the Turnabout, in case you don't know, involves Champ, Brightheart, Treat, and Cheer Bear. Yeah, Champ, Brightheart, Treat, and Cheer switching jobs for the day. So basically, instead of like the girls, Treat and Cheer, Treat and Cheer Bear, babysitting the cubs, they kind of switch jobs with the boys, and the boys take it, and the girls take the lighthouse duty, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. That's good. It's got some good episodes on there. And then speaking of them again, I have also now the movie, if I can get it, the Care Bears movie. Now, I originally had bought this many years ago, but I had to sell it back at Hastings because I needed money at the time. So yeah, got it back now and don't have to worry about selling it. And again, speaking of Care Bears, here we have another DVD that's just like this one right here. Has a variety of episodes, and one of my personal favorites, which is Brightheart's Bad Day. So yeah, it's got, like I said, about 8 to 9 episodes. It's okay. I mean, if you're a collector of television series, this is definitely something you want to obtain until at least they come out with box sets on them. Then I don't know if I talked about this one yet, but here we have the 25th anniversary of The Black Cauldron. This is Disney's first PG film, made back in 1985. So this 25th anniversary edition came out in 2010. But definitely, I think it's a good movie. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like it and panned it because it wasn't, it didn't have singing in it, and its princess didn't even seem like a princess and all that. But I thought it was okay. I thought it was a risky attempt on them to do this, but you know what are you going to do? If you want to take that chance, take the chance. You know what I'm saying? Put that over here with Chicken Little. And then here, I do now own the second part to the what's going to be the trilogy after this year, and that is Hangover Part 2. I definitely say it's really fun. I can tell you this: it's a funny movie. There's no doubt about that. Definitely check it out when you can. But Hangover Part 2 is now in my collection. It's really good to have, and I strongly suggest if you haven't seen Hangover, the first one, watch it. It's really funny, and then watch this one. You'll definitely get your money's worth, or so on. And then here we have Aladdin and the King of Thieves. I have Return of Jafar. I just got to convert it to a file that will allow me to use it that will allow me to use the Windows DVD Maker to put it on as a DVD. But this is the last one, of course. I used Windows DVD Maker to make a menu and everything for it. So yeah, there you go. Aladdin and the King of Thieves, the finale to the Aladdin series, and most importantly, the final movie in the Aladdin trilogy. And then over here, of course you see that one, we'll get to that in a minute. We got some for my mom and for my family. This one was not DVD Fab because, believe me, when I try to go to Netflix and get this thing, it's not easy to get because, one, when you finally get released over there, it's a long wait. So I just decided, you know what, I'm going to go for the on-demand deal. That's what I did. And we have Circus Soleil, Worlds Away. A very beautiful film. Definitely incorporates a lot of the best acts, some of the best moments and acts of all the shows that Cirque du Soleil does. If you haven't seen this yet, I highly recommend you check it out. It's really, really good. And then over here, we have not one but two, and I'm sure they do sell this officially, but we have Jurassic Park and Lost World. Now, this completes the trilogy for me and my family because we do have Jurassic Park 3. We just never had the other two on DVD. And believe it or not, just like Cirque du Soleil's movie, I recorded this off on demand, but it wasn't pay on demand, it was Encore on demand that had both movies. And I got them literally the day before its final day. So, yeah, got Jurassic Park and The Lost World. So basically now I have, so far, until the fourth one comes out, whenever that will be, have the entire Jurassic Park trilogy, which is really cool. And then, of course, no family can't be without this movie, Mary Poppins, the 40th anniversary edition. I mean, who does not have a collection of DVD movies and Disney-related movies that does not have this in their collection? I'm happy to have it. And again, just like with Lilo and Stitch, well, I'll get into that in a minute, but Chicken Little and Black Cauldron, and I'm going to have to get a cover for it as well, but Mary Poppins is part of the family collection. And again, who does not have this movie? And then over here, we have recently added, as of 24 hours ago, or less than 24 hours ago, we have My Little Pony the movie. Now, you might say, you might say to yourself, well, wait a minute, Brian, didn't you have this movie already? Yeah, I do have this movie, but basically it's on a variety disc. And just like some of the movies that I have on variety movie disc, it was recorded with the ILO recorder. And the ILO recorder that I had usually had some air come out of it. So I thought, okay, it's fine. It's a temporary fix. It's no problem. But I knew eventually, because I told myself this, I was going to eventually try to get copies without any of that background air or something. Even though like the background music would overdo the air, you'd still have that air or whatever it is. So I finally decided, you know what, I'm just going to get an individual, I'm just going to rent the movie and be done with it, and I did. So here it is, My Little Pony the movie. And this officially, right here, this officially marks the fact, marks the fact, and officially, basically what I'm trying to say here, let me get a swig of coffee here first. But this officially, for me, as an 80s child, as someone that grew up in the 80s, officially marks the fact, or signals the fact that I now own every single Hasbro-related movie that was released in theaters, or at least released to the public. So in other words, I now own this. I now own this, as you can see, My Little Pony the movie, along with this, Transformers the movie, G.I. Joe the movie, and of course, the other G.I. Joe film, wherever it is, the one that was released by Kid Rhino. And then here's the other one right here. This is, well, actually, this is I'm actually talking about Transformers. Here's the Transformer one by Kid Rhino. And then, like I said, here's the Sony edition, the Sony BMG release, G.I. Joe the movie release by Kid Rhino, and of course I have the G.I. Joe the movie release by Shout Factory. So basically, this signifies that I have all the Hasbro movies now, all the Hasbro related films that were released in the 80s, mostly 86. And you know what's funny about this? The people that distributed the Transformer movie back in 86 also distributed this the same year. I tell you, what a year for that company. What a year for that company. You released My Little Pony the movie earlier in the year, G-rated, kind of Disney-esque, which is a G-rated Disney-esque kind of film. And then all of a sudden, the summer comes around, and you're releasing a PG-rated film that basically takes people by surprise. Go figure. But yeah, like I said, officially this now marks the fact that I do own every single Hasbro-related animated film released. And if there's any others, I'd be surprised. But yeah, there you go. My Little Pony right there. And then here we have the sequel. Now the sequel, in Hasbro terms, is something that usually ends up being the first 5 episodes following a movie's release. And of course we're talking about, and I'll give you some examples, Transformers Season 3, Five Faces of Darkness, or as Family Home Entertainment dubbed it one time when they released it as a full-on 45-minute VHS release, The Return of Optimus Prime, being the sequel to Transformers the movie. This here, like Five Faces of Darkness or like Five Faces of Darkness on Transformers Season 3 premiere, or Return of Optimus Prime, basically the end of Flood of Valley is the sequel to My Little Pony the movie. And they've actually said it is. So check that out. You can Google it and you'll find out that, and you can basically confirm that what I'm saying is true. So yeah, end of Flood of Valley. This is basically what this is. It's the entire first 5 episodes on the DVD box set comprised together as one film. That's right. Basically, it's all these episodes right here. It's all these right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's all those comprised into one film. So that's pretty cool. So essentially, that is kind of that's kind of cool that they decided to release this. But again, it's not the first time that Rhino, and this is a Rhino release, that's done this. They've taken Rebirth. They took Ultimate Weapon of Transformers, and they've released those individually. They've done it the same, I think, with G.I. Joe as well. So, and a few other ones, like I think in Humanoids and Mask. So, but yeah, My Little Pony: End of Flood Valley, which is essentially the sequel, in a sense, it's the sequel to the movie. And then speaking of movies, we have Lilo and Stitch. Again, just like, I'm trying to think. What did I? Oh, just like Care Bears, the Care Bears movie. I had this movie. I saw it in the theaters originally. I enjoyed it. It's been one of my favorites. And originally, like I said, I had this movie, but I had to sell it back because of financial reasons. But now I have it again. But Lilo and Stitch, this is actually the Big Wave edition. But it's still the same movie. Very, very funny. You got to check it out. And if you haven't, do so. And then, of course, we have Care Bears Movie 2. It took me a while just to get this. I thought I was going to get it with the first Care Bears movie. Did not happen. Instead, it finally came as an extra disc, and it came out of Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota, if you can believe that. But now I do have it. And then, of course, as you've been seeing, I do have Rise of the Guardians. Got this just like Cirque du Soleil and on demand. Very beautifully animated. It lives up to what people are saying. And I think there's potential for a sequel to that as well. So that's my DVD update for today. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll talk to y'all later.